Side swipe galore at the front. Oh, what's going to happen here? On the back. Looks like Mr. Brisket and Don T are both making early. Oh, no! He's going for it. Where's he going to appear? Anyway, as a community. Ooh. No! Oh. Yeah, it always turns to shambles. But our specials talking to shambles. Oh my days! And that looks. I'm gonna call this early doors. That looked like a takeout. Oh no! Spoon! Oh no! No! This ain't a ball, please. Oh! Wow! 123.9. Oh no! There's a late winner. He's that. Well, Spoon, you have nowhere. Six of that. They wanted to oh, what a rubbish track we joined that was. What a move. Is he going to make it stick though? Tough corner to make it stick on. Is he going to go round the outside? Unbelievable. Oh. Wow, wow, wow.
Fantastic move.
The most dynamic commentary duo on Twitch.
The fastest growing racing community on Discord.
Welcome to the NoobGamerz.
Wow, wow, wee wow, ladies and gentlemen, we're here. Someone's put this random poll next to me. Maybe something real sexy is going to happen later on tonight. But anyway, we're here. Your Monday night entertainment. That's right. Your Monday night entertainment starts right here, ladies and gentlemen. It's a brand new season. It's a brand new game. But it's the same old people. Ryan and Jamie bringing you all the action tonight from our very first ever ACC League. Oh, we finally done it. And here we are in the NoobGamerz studio. Disco popping as ever. We've installed this brand new poll as well. No idea why, no one told me. But anyway, let's get it on. Jamie, where are you?
Oh, sorry, mate. I'm just putting my toolkit away from rigging that poll up for you.
Okay,
I thought you were promising a dance for us.
No, I'll be too good if anything. Too good.
All that focus on getting the sound right, and you've got a random poll just popping up. It's all right.
Yeah,
don't worry. Hello, mate. Yeah, we're in. We finally did it. We've been threatening to do this for probably half a year now.
Yep.
We've done some playoffs, we've done some specials, we've done some practice events. But no, Ryan, seriously. The time for practice is over. It matters now, okay? It's got real. This is serious. NoobGamerz World Championship points are up for grabs, Ryan, and I can't wait.
Exactly. Should be sensational. And Tim just jumps in with, Oi oi gents, well oi oi Tim, great to have you on board, great to see everyone in the channel. We got NoobGamerz Jamie, we got Nashif, we got Big Hamill in the house, we got Tim, and I'm sure plenty of other, even Jimmy's decided to show his little mug in the channel as well. So everyone's getting tuned in. 44 sign-ups for this event, Jamie. We'll see if they all turn up, of course, but it's going to be absolute scenes out on the circuit, isn't it?
I mean, there'll be so many scenes, Ryan, that it's going to be hard to keep up with all the scenes. We've currently got 41 drivers in for the little pre-practice thing, Ryan. So that bodes pretty well for the race event in a minute.
Okay, good. So drivers at the moment in a free practice, just getting to grips with the track. It is, of course, the home of British racing. I guess people might, question that, but I'm going to go for it anyway. Silverstone is the place to be tonight for our races. We have a 20-minute qualification session followed by an epic 60-minute race. And Jamie, it's probably about time we get down to track. What do you say?
Straight down. You're not building up, Ryan. You've made them wait long enough.
Yeah.
You want to get them straight in? Okay. I mean, I'm game. Let's do this.
Let's do this. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We'll leave this party popping off behind us. We're going to go down to trackside now. Welcome on our brand new journey this evening. It's ACC Season 1, Race 1. Let's get it on. Oh, here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Jamie, how does that sound, by the way? Race 1, Season 1. Just, the first ever race in the first ever season. What are you saying?
Yeah, I mean, weird, eh? Weird. I mean, when we started, when you were saying that about the Project Cars League at the start of NoobGamerz, it was very much just you, wasn't it, on your own? I was racing. Even Jimmy was racing.
Yeah.
And it was just you on your own doing the little comms, trying to keep up. I think you might have even had Glassy on one race with you at some point. It was a long time. Yeah, we've come a long way, right? Here we are. We're back now. We're established, and we're ready to go. And actually, your timing's, not got any worse, certainly, because you've popped us straight over to the track right at the end of free practice there.
It's fantastic, isn't it? Yeah, no one deciding to... Is anyone out on track? I mean, Gary's just sat in the middle of the track, just having a great old time, just chilling.
Tom Troy's out. Oh, he's just, he's just
got
popped
back in.
No.
Shipston just in the middle of the...
Ruffers is out. Ruffers is always out. He was on track, isn't he, Ruffers?
Go on, Ruffers. What a hero. So anyway, we're just waiting for free practice. We've got 55 seconds of that to go, ladies and gentlemen. But we'll see how we get on. Let's jump on board with Ruffers, shall we, as he makes his way around the circuit. Jamie, looking sensational. What a track. What a car. What a man. And what an event we've got tonight.
Now, Ryan, remind me, because, I obviously can't remember. What track would Jimmy have possibly picked for the first ever ACC race? I mean, surely it's not going to be one we've done, when we're bored of, right? We've done loads of times. It's going to be something new and fresh and exciting, right? What's he gone for?
Silverstone. Yeah, the track we've done about 100 times on ACC already.
Jimmy Silverstone. Oh, that's a surprise. That's a surprise. No, it's a cracking track, mate. What a way to start the season, of course. Absolute carnage. And looks like we're just about to pop into quali, right?
We are indeed, yeah. 20 minutes of it, Jamie. 20 minutes of qualification. The big question on my lips, though, ladies and gentlemen, which, you wouldn't probably expect for, a streamer that's been streaming for, well, over 2 years now. I feel like we're almost seasoned at this. But I'm going to ask, is the game sound working? Can you hear Jamie?
Well, no one's, normally they're absolutely mental if they can hear me, right? Because they love it so much. Yeah. So I'm assuming it's all right. Oh. There we go. Good. Ryan, what excites me the most about this new season? Because it's a new game, we've got, and it's obviously such a huge grid, we've got a lot of brand new drivers to us. We might have seen them in the odd event or whatever, but you can't tell much from that. Yeah. But there's a lot of new names. So we genuinely have absolutely no idea who the potential front runners are. And we haven't been able to say that for a while. So that's quite exciting.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. As you said, we have no expectations of who's going to be quick. No expectations of who's going to bin it in the first corner. Of course, we know the odd name here or there. So you got your Tukes involved. Everyone knows Tuke in the NoobGamerz. Ruffers is still knocking around. Legionaries here. Shipston, of course, from GZR fame getting aboard. So there are some familiar names. But overall, we simply do not have a clue who's going to come first, mid-pack, last. No idea, and it's great. I love it.
It is absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Duke, black and yellow livery for my late friend. He's not dead. We just don't mention his name anymore. Yes, we do. We bloody love him still, Big Ian. Yeah, he's not with us tonight. Streaming over on his Race Room League. Check him out, Scottish Ian on Twitch, right? Always a good laugh, isn't it?
Yeah, always a good laugh. Yeah, if you want some Race Room action, perhaps if you've stumbled across the NoobGamerz channel on your Monday night expecting the face of Legionary and the voice of Ian to bring you through a night of Race Room action, tonight this isn't the place to be. You can find that over on Ian's channel. But I mean, I'd probably say stick around here because it's probably better, isn't it, Jamie? What do you reckon? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're a bit biased, I guess. But, yeah, it's really exciting. So good night 11, Ryan. I remember Philippe Barton. I remember from some of the test ones was pretty good. Tom Revox as well.
Yeah.
Jackshaw is a name that I recognise from Race Room. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
To see we've got Shippers back in. We got even Legionary's racing, right? Big Legionary, the NoobGamerz legend, mentor, whatever role he's got these days. I can't keep up. He does so many things. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously got some pace on his day right as well, hasn't he? I mean, I'm just looking through. We've got 41 in the lobby there. So many names, Ryan. Pick a winner now. Go.
Oh, Christ. I mean, you mentioned him already, Jamie, and I know he's quick from his Race Room days. So I'm gonna put it out there now. I'm gonna go for Jackshaw as your winner tonight.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
There you go.
Yeah, it's definitely a name I've heard in relation to speed, right?
Yeah.
So let's see. Nashift, are you not racing tonight? If not, why not? And if you're not, then I'm glad you're still with us. And he's got 30,000 new points. And he's ready to rock. You know what we should bring back soon? The betting thing.
Yeah, I should. I've been a bit preoccupied with the old, the old sound problems. But we're over those now, so we can start looking at the new features ready for 2021. We got a few things in the locker to spring on you all throughout the year, so we'll have another dabble into the old features cabinet and see what we can dig out.
Yeah, absolutely, that would be good. 30k noob points, Ryan. Nashif, sorry. I assume he means the noob tokens. Now, there's a few options there. If you click the little picture of Ryan's face, looking very happy, you can, or shocked, I should say. There's a couple of options there you can explore, Nash, so I'll look forward to it. Theg, I'm only stopping by, helping your live view figures. What a legend.
What are you doing other than that then, Theg? I assume you're racing, are you?
Yeah, well, I mean, what's going on better? Is
Yeah.
Theg racing?
Hopefully it is. Hopefully Theg's getting on board tonight. But anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the first ever ACC League race courtesy of the NoobGamerz. First time is down on the qualification board, Jamie, and it is that man, Jackshaw, who gets his name on the top of the leaderboard early doors. There's a couple of other times as well. Tom Revox, who we've seen up there before, Jamie, just under half a second away. Legionary as well, knocking on the door too. So, plenty of top competition to go ahead for tonight's season.
Absolutely. Theg racing in another league, Ryan. I'm not sure that that's allowed in his NoobGamerz contract, is it?
We might have to have some disciplinary meeting or something about that. I don't know. All sorts of
a bit of an issue, perhaps. But anyway, good luck, Theg. Of course, Ryan. So we're 5 minutes into qualifying. The early pace, as you said, set by Jean and Revox, Ryan, who are looking pretty tasty actually. So about half a second between those two. Then we did talk about Legionary. He's up there as well.
Yeah.
We got Slobodan Milinkovic, Ryan, who was, I remember, a name you very much enjoyed, and he is back tonight. And I seem to remember he was pretty quick as well. He's on a hot lap actually at the moment, Ryan. He was on a good lap. But he just, the recovering Legionary from a spin, it looked like maybe, just had to take evasive action. And he's cost him, he was a second and a half up, Ryan. About to set a stonker, and he's been forced to slow down a bit there, unfortunately for him.
Nothing better, Jamie, than setting a stonker, is there?
Everyone loves, listen, we all love setting stonkers wherever we bloody can. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely love a stonker. But anyways, Jackshaw is the quickest at the moment, closely followed by Gavin Baker and Tom Revox, who Legionary not far behind in fourth place. And just under a second away, we have Mr. Hamill in fifth place. Tam to be precise. So, you know, 6 drivers split by about a second at the moment, including Chris Okozie. And again, it's looking good up there, but there's a lot of traffic out on as we're on board now with Tam. And you can see he's got a couple of cars ahead of him, and you can see the map on the right-hand side, Jamie. There's a lot of traffic out there to try and find that place to put a decent time down, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get that with 41 drivers all out on track, Ryan, at the same time, pretty much desperately trying to improve their lap times. Let's have a quick sneaky peek. Gavin Baker's just gone up to second, Ryan, and he's straight away on a quicker lap. However, it is invalidated, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Bad times. Ali Omar on a good lap, currently 13th, Ryan, about a second up on his time at the moment, which is going to get him close to that 2-minute range for sort of the top 6, 7, 8. Which would be a decent time. Lots of people improving out there. Lots of people not improving, Ryan. It's a mixed bag.
Yeah, it is a mixed bag. Ali Omar doesn't manage to improve on his time. He's actually drops down a few places, Jamie, because of other people jumping in ahead of him. So 16th place, 17th place. He's dropping like a fly, Jamie.
He's still on his lap. Still on his lap. He hasn't finished his lap yet, but he has actually shed a bit of time. He was almost a second up, and now he's only about 6/10 up, although he is dropping a little bit. Right, let's see. He's got about half a minute left of the lap. I'll keep you updated.
Cool. Ben Sisko just coming out of the pits to start his attack on the leaderboard, 23rd place at the moment, in a lovely green and black little number. Obviously following in his family's footsteps with the old Bentley, who we know Ruffers loves as well. Those two absolutely love a big old boat coming round as well, don't they?
Big fan of the boats, yeah, absolutely. Gavin Baker in second place, Ryan, is on another lap, and it's yet to be invalidated, and he's half a second up on it, Ryan. His best is a 158.7. He did do 158.5 last lap, but that was the invalid one. Jar with a 158.2, so he's getting close. He's actually almost 7/10 up now, about halfway through the lap, Baker, so might be worth a little gander there.
Yeah, we're on board with him at the moment inside the cockpit, so we can get a good feel and look for these cars. Negotiating with the wheel at the moment, Jamie, just to try and keep it on the black stuff as he aims to knock Abhishek Jha off the top of the leaderboard. It's looking like a decent lap. He's got to be wary of the traffic though, and he manages to pass someone out on track well. He's still up, is he, at the moment, Jamie?
He is 7/10 up, almost 8/10. He's having a cracker lap, Ryan. This would be an absolute stonker, as they said. Looking to maybe bust into the 157s, Ryan, here. If he can hold this for the last sector of the lap. He's come around the last few corners now. He did navigate that traffic very well, you have to say. So Gavin Baker, I think it was Gavin, yeah. A name I've not heard at all, actually, Ryan. So always good to see some new drivers getting stuck in. And here we go. He's about 6/10 up. Just going to come across this line now. It's going to be very close, Ryan. Very close.
He's done it.
Does take it by a 10th. 58.1. Great lap.
Great lap indeed. Daniel Holmer does actually jump up the leaderboard as well. Jamie was momentarily in second place, but it's been bumped down to third now because of that lap from Gavin Baker. So at the top three looking very tasty. Baker, Jha and Holmer putting the pressure on each other, all having a little bit of a rest in the pits at the moment. Tom Revox is out in fourth place. Jamie, how's his lap looking at the moment?
He is on an invalid one, mate. And a very long one, so he'll be looking to start. He's still got 9 minutes left, so he'll be looking to start another one. Leisurely on a decent lap, actually, about half a second up, Ryan. Just on a scruffy corner, though, dropped a 10th there. Still 3 or 4 tenths up, so he could soon be joining the 158 club, Ryan. So hotting up at the top for sure.
Okay, good to see. I'm sure we'll keep an eye on that. Just jumping on board with a couple of other racers who we haven't had the opportunity to look at yet. Philip Barton currently residing in 15th place, now 16th place, because these positions are literally changing all the time with so many drivers out there at the moment. And interestingly, a question from Nasha for you, Jamie. What time is spelled the same forwards and backwards?
Absolutely no idea, Nasha. Thanks for your question.
What time is spelled forwards and backwards?
Legionary does go up to fourth, Ryan, with a 158.7. An excellent lap from Legionary. Great to see him back out there, focusing on racing again, Ryan. He's put his absolutely hectic rig together over the last few months, hasn't he? Good to see it actually getting some action now, actually.
Yes, definitely. Daniel Blomqvist just inside the top 10 at the moment in a beautiful blue car. And to be fair, I do like the helicopter shots that we get from the helicopter tonight, Jimmy. It's a great camera angle to have, which is not a camera we're used to on Project Cars, but something a bit different for the people at home.
Do you like that livery colour, do you?
Yeah, quite like it. Yeah, don't mind it at all.
Okay.
Nice and bright.
Okay.
It's because it's not a traditional like racing colour. I think that's why I like it. It's just a bit different.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on board with that. Abhishek Jha, Ryan, is not content with second place. He is back out on track in his pink car, rather fetching pink car, and he's 4/10 up on this lap. Still fairly early in the lap, Ryan, but he definitely is desperate to get into those 1:57s, I think, Ryan.
He definitely is. Noon is the answer to Nash's question. I was thinking like 1 minute and 1 second, but then you wouldn't spell that because it's numbers. So yeah, noon. Yeah. I like it.
I'm sorry, Nash. There's a lot more manual checking of deltas in ACC than there is in Project Cars, so I don't have no time for brain teasers, I'm afraid.
Let's have a look at those lap times, though, Jamie, in a bit more detail and see what sectors people are up in. And actually, it's 9th place Milinkovic who has the best final sector out of anyone on the circuit, despite being 9th place. So he does need to tidy up his first 2 sectors and he'll be straight up on there. But look at that from Gavin Baker, Jamie, smashing the first 2 and well ahead of most in the third as well. So, good to see how many laps people have done. We can see the overall times, and it really gives you a flavour for how close, the top 24 drivers at the moment split just by 3 seconds, which is not a lot in normal situations.
He's done it. Sorry, right, 1:57.8. He was just crossing the line there, and he's done it. He did actually get held up by Long in the last sector, but it didn't seem to stop him. And he actually, like you said down the screen there, he's only got first sector best time purple. But it doesn't matter because he strung the lap together, and that's 1:57.8 for Jha.
So maybe, Jamie, my pre-race pick looking quite good at the moment as he rockets into first place. Daniel Blomqvist, who was in 10th place, Jamie, has shot himself up to 3rd place now, knocking down Holmer and Legionary down to 4th and 5th respectively as well. So, don't rule anyone out at the moment, because it seems like anyone can come from any place on the grid at the moment and just find themselves in a really good position. Because I said 10th place he was, and he's got himself up to 3rd, which is an excellent qualification lap for him. 3/10 off the lead. So, we've just got to have a look at just got to keep our eyes peeled, haven't we, for those top 3 positions, see what happens.
Absolutely, he's not resting on his laurels, Ryan. He's straight into the next lap, and he's already 3/10 up on this lap. He's not content with just 3rd at the moment. Shipston in 7th, also 3 or 4 tenths up on his lap. Could be breaking up the board a couple of places more. I feel bad that we haven't really talked about 7th to 42nd, but there's been so many changes at the top, right? And lap times are just changing continuously here. That there's action everywhere. It's going to be tricky to stay on top of everyone. But Blomqvist definitely. I mean, he's popped a 1:58.2 in, Ryan. He's 3/10 up on this lap. He is going to be the next man, potentially breaking into those 1:57. See if he can hold this lap together for the remainder of it, Ryan. About a quarter to go. So here we go.
Here we go then. Jimmy's asking if we can show another stream on stream. Yes, but let me set it up for the next stream, Jimmy, because I could do it on the fly, but it'll look a little bit messy while I'm trying to do it. But yes, in future we can definitely get that sorted for you. We're actually on board with Tyler Mullins now, who you can go and view on that Twitch channel if you want to see inside his car. We'll give you a view of inside his car just there. Look, so there we go. But you might be able to see the man himself racing on that Twitch channel.
Blomqvist about to go second, pushing for pole. I think he's just going to miss short of pole, but I think he's going to I tell you what, he's nicked it. He's absolutely nicked it. Look at that run. He was a 10th off, and he hugely cut the final little slight kink in the home straight. He shaved off about 10.5 there. Obviously playing with the limits to the absolute extreme there, getting away with it though. And there he goes, takes pole position. What a lap.
What a lap indeed. You can see him sitting pretty at the top there, looking very, very good. Who else is doing well out there at the moment, Jimmy? Let's look further down the grid of people we haven't quite had a look at yet. So we're on board with Toby Long at the moment, who's in 38th place, surrounded by Tigger Stew and our NoobGamerz favourite Took in 39th place. But as you said, Jamie, you know, there's just so many races we've got to keep an eye on. But only 8 seconds, just over 8 seconds, splitting the entire grid at the moment, which, you know, isn't that bad. You know, it's not. It just shows there's going to be a lot of little packs up and down this grid. I feel, with lots of mini racing going all up and down. We're going to have to try and keep an eye on all night long.
Yeah, what you can't see from the cockpit view of Long there that you're on board with is that he's got a very fast car behind him who is very much being held up. Actually, he's got a little train behind him there, but of course no obligation in qualifying to move over. Tim Hurley asking the very important question, Ryan. Will you be doing the Guess the Snack game this evening? Snack chat, of course.
I don't have a snack chat prepared because I appreciated that ACC and the amount of drivers that we have could lead to moments like this where we're already less than 3 minutes to go of qualification, and we've only just had anyone mention snack chat. So I think, Tim, let's settle in for race 1 of season 1, make sure we get this one under our belt, and then next week you know, we'll bring it back with a vengeance. I mean, I have got a random assortment of items on my desk. I could just do like guess the item on my desk if you want to guess something.
Well, you've got 2 minutes 20, right? We do have that time in between the quali and race, don't we, to fill a bit?
Yes, we do. We do.
Do a quick one then, maybe.
Crap chat, says Jimmy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, nice.
I like it. Right, so just over 2 minutes to go of this qualification session is Daniel Blomqvist, who's running away with, well, not really running away with it, but ahead of the game at the moment in first place, ahead of Jackshaw and Gavin Baker, who's in third place. But Chris Okozie, Jamie, now up to fifth place as well. So he's shot up the leaderboard too, ahead of Shipston and Legionary, who sit in 6th and 7th respectively. So, you know, plenty of people diving up and down this leaderboard at the moment. But let's jump on board with George McDonald, Jamie, who's currently in 20th place.
Okay, let's do that. But just very briefly before we do focus on George, I just want to mention Tom Revox, Ryan, because, you know, we remember him having some serious pace. And the amount of laps he's been over a second up on his time on, and I flicked to him, and then it's an invalid lap. He is having a nightmare out there, pushing the limits, clearly. I mean, he's in 8th place currently with a 158.7. He just did a 157.8, but it was invalidated. So and he's had that a few times. So if Tom can string a lap together, Ryan, I think he will be a threat. George McDonald, Ryan, talk to me about him. He's 7 seconds down on this lap.
He's got some time to pick up. I mean, the good news about Monday night, ladies and gentlemen, is the Discord is being used to the fullest of its extent. I've popped the channel, so if anyone's watching home and wants to get involved with any of the racing we've got going on tonight, jump in there. Nearly 1,000 sim racing enthusiasts adorn the channel with their presence at the moment. But if you look in there at the moment, there's obviously us in the commentators box. There's some people just chatting about Project Cars 2. There's a whole section of ACC, obviously, for the race tonight as well. There's a few little offshoots where people are just getting together just to help each other out. And as Jimmy's put it in another chat, it is ultimate hashtag community going on in the Discord tonight, which is fantastic to see, Jamie.
It is, yeah, absolutely. It makes it a lot better, doesn't it, when you can, you know, join these races and also join the chat, because not only do you get all the information from other people, which can help keep the issues down, but also it's just a community feeling, like you said. So Revox, Tombo, T-Rev, T-Rex, there's got to be some kind of dinosaur puns we can come up with there. We'll think about it. Again, he is up this lap, not quite as much, but it is yet to be invalidated. So he is pushing potentially for maybe 3rd, maybe 4th, Ryan. So he's definitely going to be up there in the mix. I mean, you can see just watching him now, I'm on board with him. He really is pushing every single curb to its limits. You can see where he's getting those invalidated laps. Here he is. Going to cross the line. He's going to be 3rd or 4th, and he goes 4th. So good lap from Tom. I'm sure he'll be pleased to get one in finally.
Yeah, exactly. 4th is nothing to be sniffed at when there's over 40 drivers here tonight, Jamie. You know, most people would bite your hand off for 4th place Ryan. Tonight, so it's looking very
Ryan.
good. Go on.
Oh, Ryan. Jackshaw is 1 second up on his lap. from second place. Is Ja about to just absolutely devastate the field by popping a 156 in out of absolutely nowhere? Get on board with that boy now.
We are. Don't you worry, mate. We're
Oh.
on board. Is he? It looks like he was behind another driver. Maybe he was just using the toe to his advantage.
He was.
Mm.
1.2 seconds up, Ryan.
my God.
He's going home to the 156s right now, and as he comes round the final little kink, Ryan, 1.2 seconds. He's really pushed that one. He's going to do it. He's going to do the 156. 156.6 from Shaw, and he absolutely lays a marker down.
Whoa! Look at those sectors as well, Jamie. Taken all of them by storm to record the 156. Absolute scenes, ladies and gentlemen. And there we go. Qualification session has ended. We're just waiting now in the garage for the session to start. But there's the qualification leaderboard, ladies and gentlemen. Jackshaw with that 156 at the end. Daniel Blomqvist second and Gavin Baker in third. We got Tom Revox, Holmer, Cozy, Shipston, Legionary, Hamill and Malinkovic making up your top 10 with Crinson, Joy, Tucker, Goodnight 11, Buckley, Wilkins, Mullings, Corso, Omar and McDonald in your top 20. Further down the grid, we got Philip, Barton, we got, I can't try to remember everyone's names. We got Cowie, we got Van Innis, Jagea, Bryce, Gibbet, Foster, Bostrom, Govia, Rowe, Hun, Cisco, Roughneck 1, Prescott, Younger, Campbell, Morga, Long, Stuart Annis, Took, Courage and Stevie Young.
Oh, sorry, mate. You missed. You actually missed 17th. Can you go back and
did I?
From there? No, I'm joking. Oh, well done, mate. That was crazy.
42 drivers, but there it is. There is your top 10 at the top. Jackshaw, a second in the lead. Jamie, talk to me.
I saw it pop up right at the death there, and I thought this can't be right. He must have invalidated this and like skipped a corner or something.
Yeah.
But no, I popped on and there he was, just absolutely blowing everyone away. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Blomqvist, Baker, Revox, you know, those guys, they must have been like, yeah, this is really close. This is looking good. And he's getting the props in the
yeah, I can see it. Yeah, Tom Revox, great lap. Chris Okozie, you are crazy. Just says
you are crazy. Yeah, brilliant lap. Really impressive stuff. And not only that, he had to navigate traffic on it as well, Ryan, which I've seen him do on a couple of hot laps now, and he does seem very capable of it. So he's looking good for the race, Ryan. But it's an hour race, which is a long race. It's Silverstone. There's 42 drivers out there, Ryan. There's a lot that could go wrong.
There certainly is, and we're at the start of this race now. Of course, they do have to do cheeky little warm-up lap just to get us going here, so there's no immediate rush to be absolutely primed and ready for the start of this race. But there's a little countdown now. We've had a 2-minute break in between qualification sessions. There's 2 minutes now, Jamie, for the races, just to make sure their settings are where they need to be, get their cars tuned to the level that they want them to before the race starts. And good evening to Ranger Carrot 1980. Good evening. Took says he's having an 11-hour day. I'm not feeling this. I mean, if you've only had an 11-hour day, I mean, most of us, I mean, it's 24 hours in a day. So, I mean, what's Took been doing for the other 13 hours? Like, you know, there's plenty of time to practice racing, isn't there, Jim? I don't understand. I don't understand.
What's up with him? I don't
understand. I don't get it.
Moaning, isn't he?
No, I know.
It's hardly working, is it, Took? Is it? Can you count it as working if he's just sat down driving all day? Right?
Yes,
is that working, or is that just like going somewhere?
I mean, he's basically doing. I mean, if anything, Took as a driver for a real job should be the best one here, because he literally gets paid to do this for a living, driving, and then he comes home and drives to race. So surely he should be, you know, the best at it, because he literally drives all day.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Took, just to confirm, we don't push paper for 6 hours a day. It's all digital now, so we just type it in a keyboard and
no paper. No paper.
Yeah.
Eco, isn't it, and all that.
Yeah.
Jim, there's a bit of debate in the in-game chat about whether there's a mandatory tyre change required or not. So maybe Jim could clarify that for the peeps out there racing.
There is definitely a mandatory pit stop this evening. 100% guarantee. So please spread the word amongst the racers. There is a mandatory pit. I mean, I would type in the in-game chat, but I don't have the ability to. But yeah, there is an in-game
There
in
shouldn't
game.
be, but there is now. He
Mandatory
says.
bit.
Oh, okay. That's why there's a confusion. Okay. So
Okay.
hopefully everyone notices that, because there was a few people not sure what to do there, I think. But never mind.
Okay.
Yes, Ryan. Here we go. We got this little warm-up lap now, my friend, to enjoy.
We
Thoughts?
certainly do. Yeah, plenty of cars out there. 42 of them to be precise. But yeah, loads of action to come for this 1 hour race, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the good news is, Jamie, unlike Project Cars 2, any warm-up lap doesn't eat into the time. Look, we've got the full hour's race, so this bit's irrelevant for that hour. We're not losing 2 minutes of the race. We're just getting the full hour's action, which is what we love.
I mean, I can't bloody believe it, though. Right, I can't bloody believe my luck. Let's have a look. Let's go. Who's 40? It's 43 we've got now. Who's plumb last in this, right? Let's
James
get their view.
Buckley in 42nd place
get
at the
on with
moment.
him.
I'm just on board with him at the moment just to see what he can see. And there's someone on the grass. I mean, that's an interesting way to warm up the tyres. I mean, I would stick to the black stuff personally, but hey, each their own, I guess.
You're on with Steve Young right now, right? Actually.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it says James.
XTT?
It is race. Yeah, I am on Steve Young. It's the classic ACC broadcasting tools just deciding to just put all the names wrong. It seems it's actually got Jackshaw on this bit of software at 29th at the moment.
You just popped him in at 29th. Don't worry about that.
Exactly.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't be so happy with that. It's working okay for me, Ryan, at the
Good.
moment, which is good. Kyle Govier is actually 29th. Just for your info.
Okay, good.
I'm excited for this start, Ryan. This top four look pretty hot. Jar, Blomqvist, Baker, Revox. Then we've got Daniel Holmer, Okozie, Shipston down in 7th. What a race. Hamill, 8th. Leisurely 9th. And Slobodon Milinkovic in 10th place. What a start, Ryan, we got for this race. I can't wait.
And here we go then. Jimmy, the message is out to the drivers for the mandatory pit, so hopefully they are aware. And it's not long now, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the weaving going on. The bright pink car of Jackshaw, hoping to go very, very far in this championship.
Oh, that was great, man. Well done.
well done. Just well done.
That's one of your best. No, honestly, that's one of your best. Do it again.
So yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I can just recreate that sort of magic on the spot, but I did say Jackshaw in the pink car, looking to go very far in this championship. There you go. Is that good?
That's bloody brilliant. That is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, Ryan, I'm excited. Is your money still on Jar? I mean, it looks a good bet at the moment.
Yeah, I've done all right there, haven't I? To be fair.
Yeah, you have to be fair. Yeah, looks a pretty good bet. So I'm happy with that. Ryan.
Just going to get in behind. I just want to see the different types of views we can see of the cars wall themselves up. We're on board at the moment with Tam Hamill in 8th place. That's the view he's got of all these races in front of him, Jane, which is about to kick off. And as Jimmy H official, NoobGamerz TV, Jimmy H, whatever he wants to be known as, says the biggest ever NoobGamerz grid. And potentially, Jamie, the biggest ever race of our lives.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like you needed some dramatic music over that statement. Yeah.
No, tell you what, I can go one better than that.
Oh, go on.
We can go for the biggest race of our lives. Any good?
Yeah, I mean, it must have been so loud because it's still, despite you tweaking those Discord settings, it's still loud for me.
Oh.
So you went for it then, yeah. Here we go, Ryan.
Or
we're creeping up the line
the
here.
biggest race of our lives.
You disgust me. Get back in, get your head in the game. Come on, it's about to start. Let's go.
Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Jackshaw to kick off Season 1, Race 1 of the brand new ACC League. We are about to go acing. Here we go then, Jamie. Kick us off round this first corner.
Well, Revox making the move on Baker immediately. Actually looked like he was slightly ahead of him before the line. Doesn't seem to have picked up a penalty though, but controversial as Jar gets the lead. Blanca second and Revox up to third. Don't forget, Ryan, the in-game leaderboard very slow to update. Very, very slow. I'm quite literally watching Revox in third at the moment, so believe me, it is very poor, let's be honest, in game. But other than that, Ryan, yeah, looking good. Leisurely up to 7th. And what's going on here?
He's just updating himself. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It'll sort itself out.
Having an absolute mare there. But Stephen Cowie's in the lead, apparently. He's not. He's all over the shop. I mean, this is what? This is terrible, isn't it? Who made this game?
Anyway, we're back on top. Jackshaw still in first place.
Is he?
No,
Oh,
well, yeah,
don't know
apparently.
anymore.
Daniel
No, he is,
Blomqvist in the beautiful sky blue car, just in behind him
There
with
he
Tom
is.
Revox up into third now. Gavin Baker down in fourth and Daniel Holmer fifth. Chris Okozie sixth and Shipston remaining in that seventh place with Legionary just in behind. Let's get on board with this little race in fifth place, Jamie. Daniel Holmer at the moment has got his eyes on the prize, and that prize is Gavin Baker at the moment.
Everyone wants a Gavin Baker for Christmas, Ryan. Of course they do. Well, they would certainly want a fourth place for Christmas. Yeah, pretty close up front early doors, although Shah is getting a very small lead, about 0.6 of a second, if we can ever believe this leaderboard. Revox with that lovely start, nipping Baker, catching him a little cold, Ryan. He obviously got away with no penalty, so you have to say catching Baker a little bit cold there, getting the jump on him straight off the rolling start, and he's paid dividends into that podium slot early doors. 57 minutes 58 seconds to go though, Ryan. Plenty of time for revenge.
Plenty of time for revenge. Just jumped on board with Chris Okozie briefly. Jamie, who's got Daniel Holmer's behind, looking back at him. We've got quite a close little pack, sort of third to sixth at the moment. A few cars just sat in a good position, waiting for perhaps mistakes, waiting to take the opportunity to try and pass. And I'm sure there's going to be plenty of action as we dive straight into the mid pack. Let's have a look what's going on down here, Jamie. Tyler Mullins are on board with us at the moment, and there's literally cars everywhere.
There is indeed, and Roughneck there, Ryan, looks like up in 25th place. Oh, gaining a few places, in fact, there. So 23rd now for Roughneck and 24th for Mullins of the EMA Group 59 Racing, Ryan. So good starts to both of them, actually. Look at that, what?
Look at that train of cars there, just all on there, all together.
Yeah, we love a train, don't we?
Absolutely
Silverstone's good for a train, actually, as well, as they come onto the straight there, through the bridge. It always looks quite nice.
Yeah, let's not big up the track too much because Jimmy, we don't want to make him feel too good about this choice.
It's not going to be Silverstone every round.
Yeah, imagine.
It's like a slightly different times of day.
We're going to do Silverstone again.
This one's at 2 p.m. Oh no, we're going to do this one at 1:45 though, lads. Big change.
Yeah, exactly.
People all over the place, right? There's a few people in the gravel. No major crashes that I've seen at all though, which is great to see, or not see. But Ryan, Blumfus keeping him honest, I'd say. Just maintaining that gap around the 1 second mark.
Yeah, not bad at all. We're in a good position just to see, what might happen up there. We've had a redemption on the channel. Jamie, what position is 2Cat at the moment? Because unfortunately, because of my names being wrong, at the moment it's suggesting to me that 2K is actually 18th place. Is that right? No, it's not. 33rd. Okay, let's jump on board with Tuki Wookie just for Jimmy. So there we go. Hashtag community is his racing team, as he's followed by Stevie Young, who, to be fair, started last. So he's made a good start, but it looks like they've definitely got some opportunity to pass people up ahead of them who they seem to be catching.
Yeah, Barton there, Prescott, Annis, Cowie, Long. There's a big train ahead of them, right, as you said. Racer XTC of Steve Young, of course. Been absolutely electric in the Project Cars 2 season. This most recent one, hasn't he? So you definitely expect him to have some pace, and he does look that way as he makes his way up from the back of the grid. Tuke, though, pretty respectable, right? Given his long day of sitting in a car and just driving about a bit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, to be fair, we're saying
massive news, Ryan. Massive news. I'm so sorry. I hate to ever cut in on the ribbon of Tuke, but I just had to because Jackshaw, Ryan, has had an error and he's dropped to 6th place from the lead. And
wowzers!
We said, he might be a second quicker in qualifying, Ryan, but do not count your chickens yet. It's a 60-minute rate. Anything could happen, and it has happened.
It literally has, yeah. He's now got traffic ahead of him in the form of Tom Hamill and Tom Shipston, Jamie. But he is hot on the heels of Tom Hamill at the moment. And they're going to touch that it looked like a touch to me then. Just behind, we got Gavin Baker as well, who's dropped a couple of places back to 7th place. Legionary not too far back in 8th place as well. But what a little race this is. Just outside the podium positions, Jamie. It is hot, hot, hot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Zha's going to be livid with himself, Ryan. We didn't see what happened, of course. Whether it was a tangle with a back mark or whether he's just had a little spin, made an error, not sure. Blomqvist was a good second behind, wasn't he? So I don't think it was necessarily a coming together between those two. But yeah, I mean, he's going to be livid, and we know he's got the pace. Even over these super quick guys here, he's got the pace, hasn't he, Ryan? He's pressuring that very unique pink car. Must be burning a bit of a hole in Hamill's rearview mirror right now.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, he's got some tricky customers ahead of him. Obviously, we're not too... We've seen Chris Okozie join us on the news before in an ACC. We're obviously big fans of Shipston, who's raced in a multitude of different events. Tam Hamill, again, a relatively regular member of the ACC one-offs that we've done. And they're all top racers. You know, they're all quick. They're all up there for a reason. And they are not just going to hand this position over on a plate, despite Jackshaw looking very racy here.
Yeah, I mean, he's taking some absolute liberties with the curbs, right? He obviously knows exactly where he can get away with it because he is getting away with it. So,
yeah.
I mean, well, certainly at the moment. Anyway, Baker, who started. Oh no, that's not ideal for you, Zha. Just having a little slapper on there. But look at this group, right? Okozie, Shipston, Hamill, Zha. I mean, 3rd to 6th, brilliant battle here. Baker, of course, Ryan, who started up. In 3rd place, I think it was, yeah. Now down to 7th as well, so he's having an issue.
Yeah, he's not far off this pack either. So these four, as they start racing each other, Gavin Baker just in 7th place, as you said, Jamie, did really well in qualification, and he's got his eyes on these... Well, a 4-way battle at the moment. He's caught up very quickly on that corner. Obviously, the racing going on ahead of him is playing into his hands. And we've now got a 5-way battle for 3rd place at the moment. Let's just have a quick look behind. Oh, I would say 5-way battle, but Legionary's knocking on the door in 8th place as well. So if we jump on board with Legionary, let's see his view as we jump onto Chase Cam. He can literally see the train up to 3rd place. Going on at the moment. So it really is anyone's guess who's going to be in this final podium position in about 5 minutes time, Jamie.
Yeah, well, luckily we've got 52 minutes, Ryan, for them to try and decide it out amongst themselves. What this is letting happen, though, is Blomqvist and Revox are absolutely away up front, and actually Revox is down to just in behind, 2 tenths behind Blomqvist, so there's also a battle for the lead going on at the same time, Ryan.
Yeah, what a battle this is. Yeah, so much action to look at. We'll jump on board with Tom Revox briefly just because of the gains he's making on Daniel Blomqvist. Now, Tom Revox has got form with ACC events and the NoobGamerz. He's always been up there in the few events that we have done as one-off specials just to sort of test the water with ACC, and he's looking good. But I feel by your voice, Jamie, there might be some happenings going on at the moment.
Yeah, jump back to Zha. He made the move on Hamill. He got past him, but it was a very tight move. But he did make it stick. It was clean, Brian, but he couldn't. He had to brake sharply for the next turn, and Hamill obviously didn't quite react in time. Are you seeing the replay? Or
I'm not seeing the replay. No, we're just live on board now.
Just a slight touch into the back of Zha under braking. Couldn't quite slam the brakes on in time. Just sent his car off balance a bit, and Zha, unfortunately, had to retreat over onto the grass. Not a major spin, but enough to cost him some serious time and another place to leisure, and he's back down to 8th place. Zha not having it his own way.
No, he's certainly not. We are on the bonnet of Legionary now. He's got his eyes on Gavin Baker, another person looking to keep him honest with Tam Hamill, the person involved with that Jackshaw moment who sent him down the pack just ahead as well. But the race to the top continues as well, Jamie. These two are going at it still. Tom Revox desperate to get past, and he's going to make the move here, surely.
Surely. Yeah, surely he's got this one, Ryan. I've just jumped on with you. And he's going to make that stick, surely, yeah. But even before the corner, lovely move, lined that up perfectly, and he's held it beautifully, and even managed to slam a little cheeky break there and delay Blomqvist slightly to allow him to get away. So I have a feeling, though, Ryan, that this battle is not done. Great turnaround for Revox, though, from his qualifying struggles. Ryan did manage to finally get a decent lap in. Started 4th, 5 laps in, he finds himself in the lead of the race. Good performance from a Tommy Rex.
Exactly, yeah, looking very, very good. Jimmy with a message in the chat saying Blindshun has already made his mandatory pit, getting it in on early, which isn't a bad way to look at it, to be fair. Now, I do have a general question for the people of ACC who are perhaps a lot more in tune with this game than I am. Can anyone tell me what the little bars are next to the people's names? So you can see Jackshaw into the yellow. Is that like tyre wear? Is that damage? Like, what are those little bars, Jamie? Any ideas?
No, great question, actually. I'd not noticed them before until you said about Shah's, because his sticks out significantly more. So
Yeah.
I'd assume tyre wear, just because he's had a few spins off and maybe scrubbed the tyres a bit. But, I mean, let's see.
Let's see if
currently
anyone
eighth
can...
place. He is catching straight up onto the back of, that legionary pack there, Ryan. And he, that's a very big pack, as we already know, and he's already back onto it. But he's going to be, do you think he's going to be more aggressive given what happened, or maybe slightly more cautious?
Well, he has to, I feel like he has to tail off his aggressiveness a little bit. I mean, look at the pack. We just jump on board with Jackshaw. We'll get into chase cam so we can see this pack. Let's go a bit further out. That the race to third place is still going on strong here, Jamie, isn't it? These cars just all keep it in line. I guess this is the beauty of having such a big grid, because we are getting these packs up and down the grid, but there's no better place to have a pack of cars than for a podium position, is there?
It's absolutely amazing. Jimmy's suggesting it's ping.
Oh.
Okay, so that might be maybe the cause of his initial issue. I mean, like I said, the move he made on Hamill was fine. It was clean. It was on the edge, but it was good, hard, aggressive racing. And it was just unlucky. I think Hamill just couldn't react in time, couldn't brake quick enough, and it was the slightest of taps where it was enough to put him off balance. But yeah, I mean, he's definitely got the pace on these guys, Ryan. Let's see. Legionary unable to get through Baker, Hamill, Shipston, and Cozy all there as well. You still don't have the names on your game, Ryan, do you? Which is actually quite useful for me to have them.
Yeah, maybe I'll see if I can pop them on. Maybe there's a shortcut key somewhere that I need to press.
Before, didn't you? And it wasn't
It just didn't have it. Anyway, of course, if you're watching at home and you're tuned in to come and watch your favourite racer, your friend, someone you know, drop their name in chat. We don't mind jumping to them and giving them a little look-see on the camera. Let's just dive straight into the mid-pack now and see what's going on. We're on board with Gary Rowe. There's a sideways car to his left. And there is racing going on all around him. But I feel like, Jamie, we're probably missing so much action all up and down this track because there's just so many races everywhere, isn't there?
Yeah, it's unavoidable, right?
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, we've got 3rd to 8th in one very compact battle, and it's hard to take your eyes off that. Big news in the chat though, right? Jimmy just giving us a nice lesson in the traffic light system in case we weren't sure how that worked.
Yeah, good.
That's always useful.
That is very useful. Cheers, Jim.
Jav. Oh, sorry, Jav. Very, very so much quicker actually that he almost went straight into the back of Legionary under braking because he just underestimated how much stopping that big pack in front of him needed. He did have to take some evasive action. But it's not that easy to pick your way through this pack, right? Because they're conjoined in this battle, they are obviously slower overall, but individually they're all still very quick racers. So it's not like Jar can just scythe through them like he would if it was lower down the pack.
And it's not just one, is it? That's the thing. It's not just like he's got to pick off one. He's got to try and find a gap to not only overtake, but slot himself into that little train as well ahead of him. And as you said, Jamie, they're all absolutely accomplished racers. They're in a 44 car race, albeit, we start with 43. And, we're talking about, 3rd to 8. So these guys are no mugs. They know what they're doing. They've been around the block long enough to know how to race. And certainly they are making it definitely harder. And as you said, Jackshaw he's definitely got the pace. We can see that by how he's catching up, having to apply the brakes so heavily, dropping back, but he just cannot find that way through.
And of course, they're all getting tow from each other as well, right? So he can even benefit from the small amount of tow on the shortish straights here. He is very close to Legionary now, though. But again, Legionary's almost got Baker there as a bit of a pull along for himself as well.
Indeed. Itawoski saying the yellow bar. Yes, we know that sort of yellowy orange bar for sure. It was more the bar we were questioning, like next to the person's names, that little bit. But yes, it's good to know that a good feature of ACC in comparison to other games that we commentate on is having that little marker to let us know whether someone's made their pit or not, because we don't always get the benefit of that in Project Cars 2, do we, Jamie?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, got absolutely no vision. There's definitely some things that it does better from a broadcasting perspective, and some that it does worse. So but that's okay.
Look at this! Just can't get over this battle, Jamie. We're on board with Tom Shipston at the moment, who's in 4th place. He's got Chris Okosi just ahead of him. There's a great old battle. We've got to just jump back a little bit to Legionary. 3-way going into this corner. Oh my word!
Here comes
This is
Gonna
his
try and
moment.
thread the eye, Ryan.
Oh,
Oh, there's 4 cars here. Legionary does get
Jesus.
past
Oh,
Hamill.
there's
And
one
Zhao's
shunt.
wary of Hamill.
Oh, that's a little shunt there because Legionary had to apply the brakes quickly to stop the car in front of him, and these 4 could literally end up in any position here, I think, Jamie. And as it happens, Jackshaw still maintains 4th place, but there's a small coming together between Legionary and Gavin, Tom Hamill, sorry. And Jackshaw through on Legionary. Wowzers, what a little moment that was.
That was crazy. Brilliant racing there. Yet again, though, Hamill, the guy who just puts a little touch on someone else. Again, very minor, but that is twice now he's been the culprit, Ryan. So, you know, I don't know if that's just bad luck, Ryan, or do you think this is his style?
Yeah, don't know. But what it has allowed to happen is Chris Okozie and Tom Shipton are slightly pulled away from that pack now, and there's a great battle here for 3rd place. We're just on board with it now. Tom Shipton just sat in behind well, it says 3rd place in the bottom right, but the leaderboard on the left says 4th place, and it looks like 4th place to me. So we're going to go with 4th, Jamie.
I've noticed that the bottom right thing seems to be correct more times than not. However, it is in this case wrong because it says 4 on my screen actually.
I've just updated.
Yeah,
I'm just going to flip. There we go. We've just updated it. We're good. But anyway, just quickly, let's ping back to the battle down here because we've got another battle between Jackshaw and Tam Hamill, Jamie, going on. Legionary now sat in behind. So, apologies to people at home who perhaps wanted to see. I thought Legionary was just going to absolutely yeet him off the track, but he does manage to apply the brakes just in time to maintain his car and the cars around him. Wowzers. I mean, so again, apologies for us sticking with this battle here for these positions, but they're just so close. But as I said, let us know if there's anyone you're here to see, anyone you want us to go and view quickly. Right. But yeah, it's all going on, isn't it, Jamie?
Tom Joy Hurley would like to see. Right.
Let's get on board with Dom Joy. He's currently in 16th place. He's got Roughneck 1 just in behind him. Let's see the gap to the cars in front. Okay, he's got a little bit to make up. Daniel Holmer in 15th place just ahead of him. And there looks like a great little battle going on ahead at the moment, actually. If we jump on board with this now, a good little battle here between Flibberty Gibbet and George Jagea. And just in behind, we have Daniel Homer. So I guess this is going to play into the hands of Daniel Joy, Jamie, to allow him to catch these 3 up, perhaps.
It will, Ryan. Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on that front runner, the top 10 battle, and it is as close as it ever was. But yeah, this looks like a good one as well. George, how are we saying that surname, Ryan?
I'm going for Jagea, but I don't know if that's right. Jagea? Like as in David De Gea. Oh, Jagea. Probably Jagea. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
GG. Let's just call him GG.
G squared. Flibberty Gibbet, Ryan. Yeah, always good to see. We haven't seen Flibberty in Project Cars for a few races, have we? So good to see him back here, Ryan. As Hamill now is trying to make a move on Baker with Zhao's just sat in behind. Hamill's going to go for it. I do apologise, you can't see this right now, but Hamill's going inside of Baker. And he's very, very close, and Zhao's looking, and again Hamill gets the touch, Ryan, and he comes off better for the 3rd time now. I sense a pattern. And they're all very minor, right? Very, very minor, but Legionary's still there. Do not forget Legionary, Ryan. And I mean, wow, this is I mean, Revox is loving this, Ryan. Zhao, setting that ridiculous qualifying time, but really out of play for the win at the moment. Even though there's 40 minutes left, Revox sitting pretty good up front, I have to say.
Yeah, no, he is, and we're on board with Tam Hamill, which again, it says 3rd in the bottom right corner, but we know that's wrong game. Sort yourself out. He's in 4th place at the moment, but the battle behind him is still raging on. We're on board with Jackshaw, who's currently in 5th place.
3rd, right?
He is 3rd now. Okay, my apologies, game.
Yeah,
I mistaken you.
Because he's just overtaken Baker, and then Shah's in behind him 5th, who is going to overtake Baker now. It looks like he's got right in the slipstream. He's pulled out to the left. He's got the inside line. It's going to be close, but I think he's going to get it done. Baker driving well, giving him the space. Ryan, and Zhao seals the move so he can go on to continue the battle with his nemesis so far this race, T. Hamill.
Well, yeah, you'd think so, but let's not rule anything out because these are quick guys. We've seen Jackshaw make a couple of mistakes. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But he is now up to 4th place now, even though on my screen it says 6th. Like, come on, game, sort yourself out, mate.
Yeah, it's just well, he's quite clearly 4th.
He's quite clearly 4th, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, not too far up the road is Tam Hamill, and he's catching it pretty quickly, to be fair, Jamie.
Oh,
He's getting his foot down here.
Shipston's getting involved in 7th, Ryan. He's straight onto the back of Legionary and Baker. They love it, like Ryan. They absolutely bloody love it. I would love it if that happened. I would bloody love it. Let's see if we
Right,
can
Jamie.
identify some other battles.
I was going to say.
Bryce, 21st. Get on him now.
21st.
Bryce
Here
is
we
right
go.
in behind. Tom Bryce, he's right in behind Tyler Mullings, battling for 20th place, Ryan. And actually, George McDonald not far up the road. We can just see him there. So, decent little battle. And actually, Bryce has lost a bit of time, but Mullins has pulled onto the back of McDonald. And there's our boy as well, Roughneck, 18th place, above mid-pack, having a lovely old time. Top half, right, currently.
Top half, yeah, looking good at the moment. Top half in 20th place. I mean, that is mad, isn't it? Absolute madness. And with the amount of drivers we've got here. But let's get deep down and dirty on the bonnet cab with Mr. Mullins. And it is very, very close as we got 4 cars going into one corner. Oh my days, they just about squeezed past.
And here goes Mullins.
Oh!
He's done it. Mullins gaining 2 places there in one foul swoop, Ryan. And I think that was the recovering Blindshan, actually, who's been to the pit. So he's out of position, out of place. And it was absolute carnage, he almost calls that.
Nearly, yeah, nearly. But a great move nonetheless. What other battles we got knocking around this grid then, Jamie? Talk to me. What we talking about?
Hit me up with Buckers in 26th. No, don't, because the game's lying to me.
Okay.
Hit me up with R. Younger in 28th.
28th.
Ray Younger, yes, here we go. We got Wilkins right in front of us.
Oof.
And Long, and out of position Long, I believe. I'm not sure where Long is, actually.
Oh,
But here's Younger.
getting close.
Oh, young battling for his life. Oh, actually, it says he's 25th, so... Oh, no, Steve Young. No, oh, dear me. This, honestly, what a mess of a game. Younger, though, he is in 20-something, and he's in behind Wilkins.
Yeah, he's got a couple of people ahead of him. James Buckley and Wilkins just ahead in 26th and 25th place respectively as they make their way around the corner here. Those two getting a little bit racy up ahead. Let's keep an eye on this little power. But there seems to be little trains of just like 3s and 4s knocking around all the way up this grid, doesn't there?
It does indeed, yeah. I mean, Tuke down in 37th, Ryan. I want to say, yeah, just on the back of Prescott, actually. I'm trying to push on Tuke with that very sexy livery. I do like that one.
Yeah, it is nice. It is nice. Yeah.
A couple of people pit right, but they're both right down the bottom, as we said.
They certainly are. Good battle here for 34th place. Tigger Stew and Morga at the moment trading places as they go around the corner with Prescott just in behind in 36th and Tuke a little bit way down the road. And nearly halfway through this race, Jamie, and there's still plenty of action to go.
There is. I'm just watching. Did just finally get the move done on Hamill, so he's up to 3rd. But it was a multi-corner move, battling back and forth, and it looked at one moment like Hamill was going to accidentally clip Jar, but he did manage to avoid it right. And there it is, 3rd and 4th. Jar's free, but now he finds himself 15 seconds behind 2nd place Bonfist. So that's what his error at the start of the race has cost him, right?
Yeah, but you know, he knocks a second. I was going to say, manages to find a couple of seconds each lap. 35 minutes to go. Who knows?
Pit stops.
Pit stops as well. Yeah, things can go wrong in pit stops. We'll have to see how that happens as well. So
Ryan,
anything can still happen.
He spun it.
Oh.
He spun it. He spun it and somehow collected Legionary.
Oh,
It was nowhere near him, so I'm guessing Legionary must have just been unable to avoid the spinning, recovering car of Jar. But there it is. He just finally got the move done. And he spun it.
Oh, unbelievable. Can I? Let's see.
He's gone.
Oh, he's gone from the race. Wow.
Back in the pits, Brian. He's retired.
Wow.
I can't believe it. He must have. Maybe it's ping issues. But what a devastating race for Jar. He had so much pace, Ryan.
Yep, so much pace indeed. I was just seeing if the old bit of software we're using for this, it does actually show us highlights, but you can't click them. so we can't actually get any replays
Tried
going, I'm
double
afraid. Yeah, I tried all the clicks, and it
I mean, yeah.
doesn't
What
have
about
it.
the old quad click?
Quad click, yes, exactly.
Oh, it worked.
Anyway, big up to a brand new follower, Suboptimal7. Suboptimal7. Don't know why I went for Sub.
You're right.
Suboptimal.
What's going on there? I thought you said Sue, like her name's Sue. Sue Optimal.
Hi, Sue Optimal. Hi, Sue. Anyway, Suboptimal7. Great to have you on board, my friend. Thank you much for the follow. Yeah, thanks to have you, and really do appreciate you dropping by. And of course, let us know if you're here to see someone in particular, or whether you're just here for the absolute top quality racing commentary that me and Jamie attempt to provide.
Legionary caught up in that spinning jar issue, Ryan, and he's limping around the track now. He must have some serious damage. So I would assume he's trying to limp his way back to the pits. They were just past the pit exit, so he's got to do the whole lap, Ryan. And he's in and out of the track. Let's be honest. He's obviously got some serious issues.
Yes.
In a while. It has, Odyssey.
It has. It's been a while.
How many kids has Odyssey got now? He's been away so
I'm
long.
guessing,
he might have 3 now, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to go 4. So, 3.
4?
Yeah, 3 or 4.
He's straight in there with the old 4. Okay.
Banging about. Odyssey, 3 questions. Number 1, how's the family? Number 2, are you still sim racing? Number 3, are you still playing Animal Crossing? Did you ever play it? There's my 3 questions for you.
You're not still playing Animal Crossing, are you?
I actually played it the other night, yeah. I'm still going. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Although,
cones or whatever it is.
Big gaming news for me, Jamie, and you know what happened to me in the week. Finally, after, what has it been, 11 years since it came out? Finally finally completed the main storylines and most of the sub-storylines of Skyrim. That's how much commitment I made to that game, Jamie. 11 years later, still going, got it done.
Now, just to clarify, you haven't been attempting that for 11 years. You haven't been playing it for 11 years.
Exactly, yeah.
You picked it up again, didn't you, on the Switch?
Yes,
acceptable.
Yeah.
Ryan, I can't hear much screaming child in here. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Never mind. Anyway, welcome, Odyssey. Great to have you here, my friend. And NoobGamer Jimmy, the person who's been playing World of Warcraft the majority of the last few months, congratulating me on getting me my virginity back. So appreciate it, mate. Appreciate it.
There's always that can be used in any argument. I say it can be used in any argument. No, Ben Cisco in 19th place, right? He wants that 18th place from your very own Gary Rowe, and he's gonna put everything into it, and actually they've both gained a couple of places there courtesy of people in the pits.
Indeedy, yes. We're on board with Tom Bryce, who's driving very nice. See what I did there?
Oh, Wilkins! Oh no, sorry, I thought you were on battle with me. Wilkins a bit carnage, Ryan. Wilkins causing havoc. Cisco through, but Rowe is turned round. Wilkins came steaming down the inside right at the end there, got in the way, did them both, but then caused absolute calamity as he exited the scene, Ryan, and he's gone. Happy as Larry. And Cisco and Rowe are left to pick up the pieces.
Yes, there's only one thing to say, Jamie.
Fatality.
Yeah, it was a bit of a delay. I was waiting for that. But
Well, I was thinking you were going to say, go on, or yeah, or then you just stay silent.
I didn't want to talk over it, mate, because I love it so much.
Okay, fine.
Play the R. Kelly one for me.
R. Kelly. It's never a time for R. Kelly, Jamie. I've told you that. Yeah.
It's always a time for I Believe I Can Fly, right?
Anyway, we're going to look at this cheeky little battle going on here. Stevie Young, who's done well to recover up to 20th place, he's just going to get outmaneuvered by a quicker racer ahead of him. But it's just good to see his recovery, Jamie, up the leaderboard, up to 33rd, having started 43rd. So he's gained a solid 10 places on his drive up the grid so far.
It's great, Ryan, but jump on with Tigger Stew in 28th and Took in 29th, Ryan. Took's just made a great move on Tigger Stew to get that 28th place, but this battle is raging. It's absolutely raging, and then actually Greg Prescott's joining the back of this battle as well as Took runs wide, and Tigger Stew is trying to take advantage, but Prescott in a much quicker looking car here, Ryan. This is getting tasty.
It certainly is, yeah. Greg Prescott, 30th place, looking on to the battle between Tigger Stew and Took in 28th and 29th. And they've sort of split out a little bit now. Let's get on Chase Cam and just see how close they all are. So there's a little bit of a gap, although Prescott's coming up like Jaws. But he doesn't quite make it stick, Jamie. But he's going to try his best. and he ultimately needs.
I've got balls of steel.
Whoa!
Oh, and then goes Redneck. What?
no!
No! Prescott got me. I'll tell you what, Ryan. Prescott was going into that bloody pit lane, whether he liked it or not, then. And he was taking everyone with
Oh
him.
no! He just got shunted in the pit lane. He's
Oh,
been spun
no.
round in the pit lane.
Tigger
no.
Stew's now facing the wrong way in the pit entry.
Oh,
He's trying to
God.
reverse. This is carnage.
Absolute carnage.
Oh, Prescott. Prescott's still there. Oh, he is recovering now.
Deary me.
Oh, I feel like last time we did ACC, we had some pit lane carnage.
Yeah, we've certainly seen it previously, but we're going to go on board with James Buckley, Jamie. He's trying to have a little race with Ben Sisko here for 13th place. Both pushing each other hard here, over halfway gone of this race now. And we're getting stuck in some racing. I would say it's mid-pack, but it's absolutely not. It's well above mid-pack, Jamie, in 13th and 14th place.
Still got 42 drivers actually out there. Very impressive. Still, yeah, absolutely Buckley having a good race, as is Sisko actually. Both, I mean, I'm not sure about Buckley actually, but Sisko's I think started further down the grid. So done well. Both yet to pit, of course. Actually, Sisko
there we go.
takes my advice immediately and goes, I tell you, I'm not bloody yet to pit, I'll show you.
Yeah.
And he goes straight into the pit, releasing Buckley. So they did, I think they both gained a few places for that. Revox has pit from the lead, just to confirm. He is now back in 9th, but he has pit, and none of the rest of the leaders have pit yet, Brian.
Oh, interesting, Jamie. We're on board with Revox, and look who's lurking just in and around him at the moment. The
Who is
pink car. Oh no, he's gone, isn't he? No, actually,
Yeah.
Jackshaw gone. Oh, that's a shame. That could have been quite interesting. Who else is in that pink car then?
Absolutely no idea, mate. Absolutely no idea, but yeah, I don't think it's Shah. I think he's gone bye-bye.
Interesting. I
don't
want to
know.
know who's in that pink
No,
car.
he is back out there. He is back. It is him. It is him. He retired to the pits, but as he did a reset to the pits. But
Yeah.
it seems like it let him carry on, which I wasn't aware it did if you did a reset to the pits.
Yeah, that's strange. So what position is Jackshaw in now then?
40th.
Oh, interesting.
So he's well out of place, obviously, but he's going to be the quickest back marker you've ever seen in your life.
I was going to
right?
say, is that good?
I just lapped this back marker. Oh my god!
Oh wait,
So
is that
Jimmy's saying
allowed?
you can be
You're
a lap
allowed to go
down,
to the
so,
pits
yeah.
and then just pop back out
Well,
again.
Jimmy,
like-
yeah, Jimmy's saying you can, but you're a lap down, so that's why
okay.
Jar is in
Okay.
40th now.
Fine.
Yeah, because he did just do a reset. As
Yeah.
you said, he actually does +3 laps on his thing. So good to see he's still out there racing though, right? He obviously just loves the racing so much.
Yeah, he does. He obviously does. On board with James Buckley still there. Jamie's got a couple of people in behind him for fun at the moment. But it's a solid 10th place yet to pit though, of course. There's a couple of people ahead of him in the pits. Tam Hamill and Tyler Mullins in 4th and 8th in the pits at the moment. But yeah, a lot of the people at the top yet to pit, Jamie. So Blomqvist, Shipston, Okozie, Goodnight 11, Holmer, Malinkovic, all yet to pit. The top 6 cars as it stands, not readying up their pit crews just yet.
So Revox has gone early. He had a pretty commanding lead of this race, but he's gone early, Ryan. Which is fine, but it has put him into traffic. So it's nothing he can't deal with, sure, but he definitely is probably going to lose some time navigating these back markers, and also they're not necessarily all back markers because he's back down to 7th, of course. He does just slip past Younger now, and he's got Van in this coming up, 2 back markers who he'll clear easily, but every little thing might count right in a race like this, so he needs to keep a bit of an eye on Blomqvist, who's yet to pit.
Oh, I was worried for that back marker just coming across there. Well, yeah, no, as you said, we saw the problems Jackshaw had earlier, trying to race people who he was slightly quicker than. So, as you said, if he comes up against your Malinkovic's, your Holmers, they don't have to get out of his way. They haven't pitted yet. They can keep racing, keep pushing him hard, and he could well lose some time if he's not careful. So, Daniel Blomqvist may be playing a tactic here, trying to keep himself in some open air. Let's jump on board with him now and see if he has. Yeah, he's got plenty. You can see that track map. Let's make it a bit bigger so we can see. So he's got a decent gap ahead of him to keep up that pace. Only a couple of cars in the distance just going around the corner there. So it's going to be interesting because maybe the time he gains now will make a difference towards the back end of the race.
Yeah, absolutely. No, he's loving that, right? He'll be loving that. Cowie Ryan in 17th, just gradually catching Crinson up there in 16th ahead of him. There's a bit of a battle developing there. We've seen Stephen Cowie on track a few times before, Ryan, but not much this evening. So here he is.
Here he is, yeah. Revo Sport GB is the team he's representing this evening in 17th place. But as Jamie said, he is slowly catching Crimson in 16th. And it looks like, Jamie, unless I'm mistaken, the cars ahead of him, are they back markers or is that a race going on?
So we got Crimson there, and then we got George McDonald and Baker and actually an out of position Legionary then.
Okay.
So we are Baker in 14th. Where is Legionary now then, Ryan? Because he had to, yeah, so Legionary back down in 37th. Because after that damage he sustained, he had to limp the whole lap around, didn't he, to get back to the pit lane.
Yeah.
So back out in 37th. So, but again, he's so super quick. So he's hugely out of position pace-wise. So, you know, in these situations where Baker wants to lap him, it's not actually that easy because Legionary's probably, you know, just as quick.
Yeah, no, exactly. Absolutely. You know, they've both been racing for that third place position for a long, long time. And I guess this is the problem, isn't it? When, you know, people like Legionary, people who are at the top of the field and they do make a mistake or do have a coming together or whatever the reason was, and they do fall down the pack, they become really difficult back markers, and it could shed some time off. Or alternatively, Jamie, it could help the people in that position because Legionary with his speed could help carve through the back markers himself, because the back markers are almost getting a warning if someone quit, and we're seeing it exactly now. So Legionary is going to make his pass, the back marker's sort of, you know, ready for it, and it might just create that little gap that Baker needs just to, you know, shoot through.
Yeah, indeed. Brian, just noticed something which is pretty annoying. Just on with George McDonald, his teammate name seems to be G Squared Racing. Now I'm pretty sure that's a joke I made earlier about George
Jackshaw. Yeah. G Squared.
I'm not sure we're going to be able to allow him to continue that name, but yeah, we'll think about it. Jimmy asking about the top guys at the top. So Shipston yet to pit, Cozy yet to pit. Blomqvist has pit, Ryan, and he's coming out right now. Revox just through. It looked for a moment like they might be closer, but Revox just does get through on Blomqvist as he comes out the pit lane and gets up to speed. But it's very, very close between them now, right?
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, overall, it looks like Revox has been quicker out on track generally tonight. The back marker's now going to let Blomqvist through, is it? Or is that not a back marker? No, that's Homer, isn't it?
No, it's about.
It's a back marker. Yeah. So Blomqvist is through now, so he does get an opportunity to attack Revox in third place. And if we just jump over to Chase Camlet, we can see he's just there in the distance, and he's got some traffic ahead of him as well, Jamie, which could work to his favour here.
Absolutely it could, and of course these two will inherit first and second when Shipston and a Cozy pit. So this is very much a battle for the lead, right? Blomqvist with a good team name there. 12-hour Spa Team Simpac Racing. And he's got all the buzzwords in there, hasn't he?
Yeah,
I like that. Serious overspeed on Kuruk here, the back marker. I thought he was going to go straight to the back of him, but he managed to hold it. But as you can see up front, Revox in the red car there, red and black. He is being held up a bit, isn't he? Let's see if Blomqvist can get past Omar, the back marker in the orange, any quicker. Yeah, it does look like he's just going to have to wait, isn't he, by this time. So Revox does get away, but, you know, don't rule this battle for the lead out completely, I'd say, right?
Yeah, no, 21 minutes to go. You know, plenty one can happen. We love talking about 21 minutes because there's 21 minutes to go. There's 21 minutes to go. If we really want to know what Tev Robert Go's got 21 minutes to go before we know 21 minutes, 21 minutes, Should I carry on, or you?
What other ACC professional sim racing sports commentary stream gives you that sort of absolute gold, right? Not only have you got a soundboard with, you know, many exceptional sounds for our listening pleasure, but you've also got you know, that sort of just off the brain, off the dome piece, mad skills. I mean, you're the full package, mate. You're the full package. Shipston pitting, Ryan, coming out. What's going on here? Oh, the game just taking ages. He's showing Shipston as coming out in second, but of course he hasn't. And he has come out in fourth. But still, an excellent race for Shipston. He's driven very solid, like he always does. Solid, consistent, no mistakes, good pace. Not the outright quickest necessarily, But he's done it again. He started 7th or 8th, I think, and he's just gradually worked his way up to now a very solid 4th place, Ryan, into the final phase of this race. So Shipston, yet again, showing his racecraft capabilities.
Exactly, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies, Steg. I did miss your message. He says, do I A, watch the last 20 minutes live, or wait 20 minutes and watch the whole thing on repeat? Well, obviously both. And Jimmy's answered that question already. So, done. All done.
Here's Shipston coming out. # community. Listen, we'll support whatever decision Shipston makes in his life, for anything.
Exactly.
There's always someone from the community there to help you.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So insensitive, you moron. No, stop calling. Stop Bants. Tom Joy is looking for the Bants as well, though, Ryan, as he tries to Bants his way past Philippe Barton up for 8th place, and he's right on the tail of it right now. Barton actually yet to pit, though, Ryan.
Okay.
Say.
So what will happen is he'll just pop in the pits and then go past.
Yeah, that's 100% what will happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Theg, we're just trying to make your life difficult. That's what we're here for, yeah?
Heck,
That's
I mean,
what
that
we're
is
here
prime TikTok material. Ryan doing 21 minutes to go, surely.
Exactly. All the people want to say is this.
Shut up and take my money!
That's all the people want to say, Theg, yeah? Because they
Was
love
that
this
Barton?
so much. I don't know who that was, Jamie. I've got no
There you
idea.
go.
No idea. You want to hear it again?
Shut up and take my money!
No, I don't think that was Bart. That wasn't Bart.
No, sure.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Too high pitch for Bart, I think.
Yeah, it didn't sound quite the same second time, actually, I'll give you that.
Hmm.
Barton, though, putting up a good fight for Joy, which will be annoying Joy, because he'll know he's not pit. He'll just be thinking, just get in pits, come on, for God's sake. Dom Joy of the Wildcats, what a team name. There it is, right, you called it.
Yeah, there you go.
You called it, and Dom Joy of the Wildcats gains that 8th position, Rydog.
Indeed, we are all in this together tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for the 18 final minutes of this race. Jamie, please tell me you got that reference, because I've amazed myself with that one.
Sorry, I actually wasn't listening.
Oh.
I was looking for battles. Say it again.
Absolute gold. I said,
Go on.
we're all in this together tonight for the final 80 minutes. The Wildcats are from High School Musical. They're called the Wildcats, the team. And, come on. I'm literally giving people gold here. Literally gold.
Is that song?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Is that from High School Musical? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I knew the song. I know that melody, but I didn't know it was from that film.
Where's this song from,
There we
Jamie?
go.
I believe I can fly.
Space Jam, which actually I watched the other day, right? Because it
Go
was
on.
on telly. What a film! Nostalgic that is. Of my
Space
youth.
Jam.
Yeah,
Yes.
what a film, mate.
What a film.
It's not aged well.
No.
I was watching it like, I remember it looking better than this when I was 12 or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's still got the same R. Kelly magic, hasn't it? That's,
Yes.
what a
Anyway,
film.
we've got an absolute cluster F of cars going around here in 15th place. Back markers, people racing. It is all kicking off right in the middle here. Look at these four, Jamie, going hammer and song.
Which battle are you on with now, Roy?
15th place, Stephen Cowie. They've just passed two back markers, and he's pushing hard on Danny Crinson.
Danny Crinson. That's a great name. I really like that. Danny Crinson. Sounds like he should be like part of a mob gang or something. Oh, it's just Danny Crinson.
Danny Crinson, yeah. Hey, Danny Crinson, yeah. Go and get
Yeah,
Danny.
exactly.
Go and get Danny.
Yeah. Oh dear, Peg. I'm sorry.
You're not really sorry, though, are you?
They're going to be scrolling through like, are there any actually racing clips? in
Yeah.
this? To be fair, Peg, it's been absolutely non-stop action. We've had so many battles, haven't we, so far, right? This is a much more exhausting stream than the Project Cars one to do, if I'm honest.
Yes. I quit. See you later. Why does it just start out the words IT? Wow, that was close.
Crinson. And he'll be sleeping with the fishy tonight if he gets this move stick right.
Oh, Cowie on
Lucky
Crinson. That's like some hectic documentary show, isn't it?
Absolute hectic. Slobodan Milinkovic, though, he's up to 9th now, Ryan. Dom Joy, has taken that 8th place from him. Tech 1 Racing, Slobodan Milinkovic. I was maybe expecting him to be slightly higher up come the end of the race, Ryan, given the excellent performance we saw from him previously. Still solid, of course, 9th place, top.
Yeah, I think that's what he was where, qualifying was done around that sort of position. He sort of found his place in 9th place, it seems, at the moment. and he's racing well. But the top three of Revox, Blomqvist and Shipston are looking very good at the moment. There's only a couple of seconds split in the top two, Jamie, so 15 minutes to go in this race. You know, still anything can happen here.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, Tom, Revox also have Tech 1 Racing, so there we go, get some teammates out there. Yeah, Blomqvist, like we said, you know, not necessarily going to just let him run away with it, keeping him honest without really threatening at the moment, Ryan, which I'm sure he'll want to change. Let's get on with Gavin Baker, because he looks like he's pushing up for that 12th place of George McDonald ahead of him here.
Yep, he's going to have a right old go here. The green and black of Gavin Baker on the attack. And he's got George McDonald's in his sights and just ahead of him. He's got Michael Tucker as well, Jamie.
Tucker in 11th there, just ahead. So little three-way battle here as well. And then G squared up in 10th as well. So, yeah, there's never really been a period of the race where everyone's been spread out, right? Has there? There's been sort of big battles everywhere, which you'd expect as long. It takes a long detour via the grass, Ryan. We've seen that a few times.
Yes, we certainly have. Theg, so a good first ACC League event? I'll put the question mark in there for you, don't worry. I'd say so, Jamie. It's been a solid start. I mean, bloody boring because it's Silverstone that we've done about 100 times already. Oh, God. But anyway, we got through it there because Jimmy just loves this track, even though he's not racing. And yeah, it's been oh, big smash up in front though. Wowzers!
Wow, I'm glad you called that. McDonald on Tucker. That was just position, Ryan. Absolutely wiping each other out. George Baker drives through, gains 2 places up to 11th, and just says, "Thank you very much."
He actually says.
He might have said something very similar. Actually.
He might have done, yeah. He might have done.
Yeah.
He absolutely
right, get
loves
up the top. Blomqvist has cut that lead right down at the top of the race, Ryan.
Wowzers.
Look at this.
Go on, Blomqvist. Give us something to look
race.
at.
30 minutes to go, and the lead is this close still. Don't forget Jar. I mean, he qualified. Was so exciting, wasn't he? With that absolutely ridiculous last-minute effort from Jar, putting himself clear of the field. Had a great start, but then just had issues. A couple of spins, and he's ended up having to retire to the pits, and then return to the pits, I should say. Come back out, and he's now a couple of laps down, which has allowed Revox and Blomqvist to get up there. And my God, they're giving us a show here, Ryan.
They certainly are. And they've got 3 back markers up ahead of them as well, which could get very, very tasty. We nearly had a problem with one of them just rejoining the track out of nowhere. Whoa, that was close. So 1 down, 2 to go, ladies and gentlemen. Are the top 2 racers in this race going to survive this onslaught of back markers, Jamie?
I don't know, but wow, that was close. As Blomqvist has to slam the brakes on Revox, also doing the same as he comes up on Prescott. Prescott getting very close. He's going to rejoin the track. Is he going to see something as well? He just about sees him there next up in Turek in the green car. Both of them right behind him. He's got out of the way beautifully. But yes, he did. Yes. You never know, do you? Because, you know, you let one car through. It's easy to not realise that there's 2 leaders coming straight through. Very easy to do. So they've done well there, actually, and the battle can commence now.
Exactly. Question from Jimmy, though. Is anyone not pitted, Jamie? We can see the top 23 have all pitted. Anyone beyond that not pitted yet?
I don't know. I can't take my eyes off this battle to check right now, Ryan. Because if I do that, I'll have to go down the leaderboard. So I think everyone's pit, though. This is great, though. 11 minutes to go, Ryan. Who's going to come out on top here?
Well, let's get a little view of what's up ahead of them, shall we? There is more cars they need to navigate in the distance. Another 3 to go here. Let's have a look at the old mappage quickly, just so we can see, yeah, there's a decent amount of traffic. But after this bit of traffic, ladies and gentlemen, they are going to be in some clean air. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But they have got 4 cars. Blomqvist has got 4 cars ahead of him, including Revox. So they're going to have to make light work of these 3 up ahead, Jamie. This could get very interesting.
Well, he's come to life, Blomqvist, actually. I mean, whether he's just looked after his tyres that little bit better, maybe Revox took a little bit more out of his tyres. No, don't forget, Revox pitted significantly earlier than the rest of the leaders, Ryan. So he has been on his tyres longer, and he did have to come through that traffic, which did cost him some time. So maybe pitting early was a bit of a tactical error for Revox. It's left him a little bit vulnerable at the end of the race with less grip. And Blomqvist is looking to take advantage of that, and definitely looks racier at the moment.
Definitely looks racy. Yeah, it does look to have just a little bit more speed at the moment. But he's got to be careful, of course, Jamie, that while he's pushing to try and catch up here, he doesn't start shredding his tyres and losing some grip too. So it's a fine balance between, pushing too hard and not pushing enough here. That Blomqvist has got to find, but there's definitely an opportunity to gain positions, and they both get the move done.
Wow.
Yeeting out the inside of the back marker, getting the move done. Absolutely getting the move done at the earliest opportunity, Jamie.
I mean, talk about trusting your fellow racers, Brian. Revox clearly flustered, clearly uncomfortable with Blomqvist so close behind him, desperate to get through, and he took a gamble. It did work out. And that is an absolutely genius move from Blomqvist. He saw that coming. He saw Revox had nowhere to go. He made the dive. That was a fantastic move.
Unbelievable scenes. Yeah, as you said, he absolutely telegraphed what was coming up ahead of him. Tom Revox nowhere to go with Racer just ahead of him, although he's surely going to get it back. I was going to say he was never going to make that stick given how late he went into that corner. Take him a breath away, Jamie. What racing we got on our hands here.
That was one of the best moves I've seen live. I really loved that. If he intended that and he thought that through ahead of the game in split-second timing, that is absolutely unbelievable reactions and thinking from Blomqvist there. Yeah. Seeing the back marker blocking Revox and then going for the dive inside. He's run a little bit wide there. There's 8 minutes to go. Don't rule this race out. I've said it a few times. I still think this could go either way, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I mean, there's another back marker they've got to get round here as well, and we know what sort of troubles back markers can cause, or it could just go absolutely without a hiccup. Looks like this one's going to go without a hiccup for Blomqvist, but, good time to catch him. Yeah, moves clips Jimmy, and we're going to have to watch that back later because there were some incredible moves here. Revox needs to get a shift on here just to get in front before the corner, and he does. So both now, Jamie, got some clear air ahead of them, and this is where the tyres come into play that a little bit more, I think, because they both need to get their foot down.
Yeah, I'm really starting to think that Revox has made us a very small but significant error by pitting so much earlier, Ryan. He put himself into the traffic. He then had to come through that traffic, and both back markers and actual position passes for position. It's eaten more out of the tyres, and it's put him at a disadvantage come the end of the race. Long-term strategy from Blomqvist. He took that clean air. He ran longer in his first stint to take advantage of the clean air he had, and now he's got slightly fresher tyres at the end, and it does look like he's making that advantage pay, Ryan. So fascinating strategic battles as well here going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Great battles that we've seen all over this grid so far tonight. Kicking off Season 1, Race 1 of our brand new ACC League, which we launched a couple of weeks ago. Full grid, the full 46 sign-ups that we got, which was quite frankly incredible. And Jimmy tells us that 44 of those sign-ups, Jamie, were done within 41 minutes of the sign-ups going live. I mean, absolutely crazy the amount of interest we've had in this league overall. And if we're going to get racing like this each and every week with the skill we've had on show tonight, we're going to be in for an absolute cracker.
Yeah, Ryan, if you go back to Daniel Holmer in 5th place, he's pushing right on the back of Hamill in 4th, these two guys are now coming through that same big group of backmarkers that we just saw the leaders come through. So they're having the same issues, and it's allowed Holmer to catch right up, and we can see Tigger Stew right in the middle of them now. Actually, Tigger Stew going for the old unlap. he doesn't care, does he? Tigger Stew plays by no man's rules but his own. But he does have to yield there. But Holmer, look, straight onto the back. We haven't seen Holmer much at all. Not a name we've talked about much in the upper echelons, right? But pressing for a solid 4th place at the moment. And yet again, look, Shipston just securing that another podium, Ryan, through solid, consistent driving.
Yep, exactly. Although let's wait for 6 minutes to go first before we crown anyone in any position so far, because one thing has taught me with sim racing at this level, Jamie, anything can happen. I mean, we could have disconnections, we could have backmarker troubles. I mean, you name it, we've seen it. But anyway, we shall see what happens at the end of this race. But a good battle here for 4th and 5th as Hamill and Holmer get stuck in to a humdinger.
Absolutely. As we see Carnage Kuruk again recovering. And he's done well to notice them there, Ryan. That looked like an accident waiting to happen, didn't it?
Yeah.
Meg saying the guy in 2nd could win. Yeah, absolutely. Revox is still very, very close, or he's dropping slightly on Longfist. I'm really starting to believe that tyre issue may be partly to blame for the slight transition of power, Ryan, if I can use that phrase on you there.
The transition of power. I mean,
And
yeah.
Holmer's looking to
Why not?
transition some power away from Hamill here and take that fourth place in those one extra NoobGamerz World Championship points as he goes around the added side. Ryan, he's going to try and squeeze him. Hamill's been very aggressive in his defending all night. We've seen it, and he does yet again. Although he's he just about held on, Ryan, but he's going to lose his drive. And there it is. Holmer's going to get through and have a decent run onto the straight as well. Although, Ryan, here comes Hamill back again.
Certainly does. He tried to M&M it, didn't quite pull it off, but he's going to have another crack of the whip here to get back past. But this is a fantastic battle for fourth and fifth, that has to be said. Clear of the back markers now, able to trade blows with each other into each and every corner. And these two looking good. And Revox just slowly catching up a little bit with Blomqvist. But he is now nearly 3 seconds off the pace with just over 4 minutes to go. And now that lead has extended out a little bit more. So Blomqvist in the driving seat, quite literally in first place.
As are they all. 9th and 10th, Ryan, the battle of the two Gs. Gavin Baker and George Gagea. We need to figure that one out. 9th and 10th, super close, Ryan. Again, there's so many of these really tight battles as we come into the last few minutes of this race.
Yeah, there certainly is. These cars are close. Let's get down and dirty with the Dash Pro cam right down at track level now, so we can really see how close these cars are getting. Fantastic weather here at Silverstone this evening. The white flags are out. People on the side surrendering their eyes to the action in front of them. They cannot believe their luck with what they've seen here tonight. And there's still more to come in the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds, Jamie.
Yeah, here it is. Baker's surely going to... I mean, do you think he's going to settle for 10th, Ryan? Do you think he's going to have a yeet, have a YOLO up the inside?
Have a YOLO up the... We want a good old...
Well, there's a couple of laps to go, Ryan. Is he, how much does he want that 9th place? That's the question. He's going for it. Oh! And he's YOLO'd his way through. And here, they are now coming up on those back markers. Kuruk, we've seen off the track a lot, letting cars pass tonight, Ryan, haven't we?
I like a YOLO. We should use that one more. He's going to YOLO it. Yeah, I don't mind that one, to be fair. Yeah. Well done. Well done.
Thanks, I'm glad to have your approval as always, Ryan. Can I interest you in 18th place Andy Wilkins and his battle with James Buckley?
Of course I can. I'm interested. I'm there. White and black. 3 cars battling, all different colours, all different positions, and only one outcome.
Yeah.
The back marker's gone.
Buckley
The battle rages on. The white of Buckley versus the green and black of Wilkins. And let's see how this one plays out.
You added the green in there, actually, mate. To be honest, I'm glad you added the green in. Yeah, could have been issues otherwise. But,
could have been, but I'm a professional. I'm a professional.
Stick to driver names, just be safe.
Yeah.
Buckley and Wilkins, 17th and 18th, battling hard as well as Buckley. We've seen Buckley in many battles tonight, actually, Ryan. Decent driver, it seems, getting stuck in.
Getting stuck in indeed, yeah. Absolutely mid-pack in 18th place, just
heroes.
Above it. Has to be seen mid-pack heroes,
Top half, mate. Top half.
Top half, yeah, exactly. I'd love it. I mean, could I ever get top half in a race like this? Absolutely not.
God,
not on a controller.
Good, yeah, easy, mate. See what happened when you rocked up the race room? You actually devastated them.
Yeah, that was the wheel though, wasn't it? I wasn't with the controller.
Oh, was it?
Oh, was it? It was that. I actually bothered that night.
Well, Jimmy tells me that you're quicker with controllers anyway, so like not just you, anyone.
Tuke, actually, there's 1 minute 10 left. I don't know. Tuke's put a few weird things in tonight, hasn't he? 11-hour shift, don't understand it. Race over, still a minute to go. Yeah, Tuke, I know. I'm joking, mate. I'm joking. We know.
Drunk,
I get it.
Probably
drunk, yeah. Whoa, big spinner! They both take a little touch. Wilkins is through, and Buckley goes off to join his friends behind. Just going to go and play with other people.
Just off camera, Peter Van Innis takes 25th place from Gary Rowe, but Gary Rowe does not want to give that up, Ryan, and he's going to push back with all he's worth right behind him, coming down the straight. They're going to go into the bridge together, side by side. Rowe's going to get the inside line. Van Innis just gained that place. Looks like he might be about to lose it immediately, much later on the brakes, though, but not quite enough as Rowe seals the deal, Ryan. How are our boys at the top getting on? So, Blomqvist, has just slowly eased that lead out since he took the lead of the race a couple of laps ago. He's just slowly eked that gap out, and he's driven. He's won this. He's won this race on strategy, Ryan. Let's be honest. Or rather, I would say Revox has lost it on strategy.
You could say that. Because Tuke, what happened there, my friend? I do want to know why. I mean, you've raced for 59 minutes. What happened in the last minute to make you leave the race? Yeah, that is pretty devastating, to be fair. I mean, just keep going. There's a minute left. Keep going, mate. So I know it's not that easy. But anyway, race over, ladies and gentlemen. Old Daniel Blomqvist. We're just waiting. Well, it's not officially race over yet. We're just waiting for him to cross the line. But the timer is up. I got rear-ended more times. Oh, I mean, I shouldn't read the rest of that out, really. Let's continue.
There's no way. I don't think Jim's got enough money for Amarath to let him do that, to be honest.
No.
I imagine she charges significantly.
I think so. Well, I mean, for that service,
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's a premium service, that.
Maybe as a VIP OnlyFans sub, you get like 20% discount or something, maybe. One of the perks.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy's paid the money to get that sort of perk level, so, you should get something for his money.
Weird conversation to end the ACC race.
Yeah, exactly. Just talking about Jimmy's sexual habits. But anyway, Daniel Blomqvist wins a historic race in NoobGamerz history. Race 1 of Season 1 ACC. Wow. And Daniel Blomqvist will go down in the history books. It'll be a quiz question in 3 years' time when we're mega famous. Who won the first ever ACC League race? Your answer, Daniel Blomqvist, Jamie.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, absolutely. Tuke had a puncher and think the setup only puts 20 psi in the tyres, which is not ideal, Ryan. Puncher with 1 minute to go of an hour race. That's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, that is pretty annoying. Anyway, the drivers will start making their way into the pits now as we wait for the final few races to cross the line. But Jamie, overall, despite me working for 60 minutes with all the names wrong on my broadcasting software, so I was very reliant on you to tell me who was where and what had to happen. I feel like that was a relatively successful evening.
It was, I very much enjoyed it. And I said earlier that it's a bit more energetic than Project Cars 2 streams, just because the broadcasting software has lots of good things, is not as good at helping us out with where the battles are and the deltas. And also they're just 40 odd drivers. It's just so much going on, Ryan. Again, unfortunately, we had to focus on the top 10, but for most of the 3/4 of the race, that sort of top 8 were locked in a permanent battle, Ryan. It was absolutely great racing.
Yeah, exactly. I really need to have a look at the settings. The setup I got sent is a bit crap, says Tuke, suggesting he got it from Scottish Ian. But big up the Design Raids for following the channel. Great to have you on board. And we're moments away, ladies and gentlemen, for heading back to the warmth and comfort of the NoobGamerz VIP bar. We're going to go and grab ourselves a drink. We might try to speak to a couple of racers, but there it is. Race over, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can get... Is it going to give me the final standings? Here we go. This is the final standings of tonight's race. We got Daniel Blomqvist in first place, Tom Revock second, and Shipston third. Holmer fourth with Hamill fifth. And Chris Okozie 6th with Goodnight 11th, Milinkovic up to 8th in the end, and Gavin Bacon 9th, and George Jagea in 10th place. We'll get that right one day. Anyway, beyond the top 10, we got George McDonald, Daniel Joy, Mike Tucker, Cowie, Liberty, Gibbert, Wilkins, Crinson, Roughneck 1, James Buckley, and Foster. Down in 21st, there's Bryce, Barton, Govier, Young, Rowe, Van Innis, Bostrom, Legionary, and Cisco in 29th, with 30th for our boy Omar. Younger in 31st, it's Morga 32nd, 33rd for Tommy Long, and it's Prescott in 34th. We've got Stewie Annis in 35th, Abhijit Shah finishing 36th in the end, with Mullings 37th. It's Kuruk. I got Kuruk. We got it right in the end. Corso, Tuke, Hun, Campbell and Jimmy H in 43rd position. Get that in your record books, ladies and gentlemen. On the first ever ACC race, our glorious leader Jimmy came last. But at the top of the leaderboard, we got Blomqvist, we got Tom Revox, we got the Shippers as we head back to the NoobGamerz bar. Let's do this. Oh, so here we go. The polls come back to the NoobGamerz bar, just, lurking now. Who knows what it's going to do? Just a random poll. Could be a mystery. Could be a surprise. Who knows? But anyway, all we do know is that it was a great night of racing for Daniel Blomqvist, Jamie.
It was indeed. It was a fantastic race all up and down the pack, actually, but he drove very well, very few mistakes. Only gained the lead, only took the lead for the first time right near the end, Ryan, the last couple of laps, but held it well. Played the long game, Ryan, with strategy, and it paid off for him. Indeed. A fantastic win. A great win indeed. Benderama says evening, perfect timing for him to come and desecrate the NoobGamerz bar live. As Hyperio 8 says, woohoo! Now, Hyperio, who were you in the race? Let us know into your insight. I feel like you were a racer and you were just celebrating your result tonight. He's Blomqvist, the man himself. There he is. He's buzzing. Now, Jamie, what we like to do, as you know, is interview the top 3 drivers after the race. But given this is a new season, we've got new people joining the Discord and getting involved in the NoobGamerz racing tonight. Are the top 3 even in the Discord at the moment? Of course, I don't really know what they're called necessarily. Shipston's there, of course. Yep. I can't see the others. We've got Blomqvist there in the chat, haven't we? So we could ask him. We can ask him. Well, let's have a quick word with Shipston then while we're here. Let's get his views on his racing tonight because he's used to us. He knows the score. He's been here before in the NoobGamerz VIP bar after the race to talk us through his trials and tribulations out on the track. Mr. Shipston, 3rd place, Season 1, Race 1 of our brand new ACC League. Are you giving it a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
A thumbs up.
A thumbs up. Good. Happy with 3rd place then?
Yeah, definitely. Where did I start? Like 8th or so? Third's a good improvement from there.
It was very much a classic Shipston race, actually, what we've come to know you for. Just play, and we mentioned it a few times during the race, but again, no mistakes, staying out of trouble, doing good solid pit strategy, and just slowly gaining those positions, ending up on the podium yet again.
Yeah, I think it's this game. It really rewards consistency and just being able to plug in lap times. I did have a little moment with Chris, but that's fine. I only got like 2 seconds of damage and lost a couple positions, but that's fine. I managed to make it back in the end.
Yeah, makes sense. Now, obviously, people here, this is our first ACC League race. People know me and Jamie, the NoobGamerz, mainly for Project Cars 2. So if there's people watching at home tonight who are perhaps watching, the race for the first time, they've not seen ACC, I guess just as a quick summary, because I appreciate there's lots of nuances to go into here, but, what would you say the main differences are between racing Project Cars 2 and racing ACC?
I think the cars in this game, they feel a lot heavier than in Project Cars 2. In Project Cars 2, you can chuck a car into a corner, do a bit of a drift, and it's fine. If you try it on this, you'll just spin the car out and hit a wall. So you just need to be calm, consistent, and it'll really reward that over just going for fast lap times.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes sense, Jason. Well, it's great to see you again, and it's great to see you still, doing the damage like you're famed for, Shipson. So an excellent podium and a great start to the season. Well done.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Great. Well done, Shipston. We'll see you again soon. So there we
Ryan,
go. Go on, Jamie.
I've located someone called Revox in the Discord. They were hiding away in one of the team chats down the bottom. Okay. Shall we give it a go? Of course, he probably doesn't know that this is about to happen.
No,
so this
exactly.
may not work out. So let me try.
Okay.
But he's so far down, I can't drag him.
So we're going to bring in live into the studio who we think is Tom Revox, who secured a very solid 2nd place. He's new to the community. He's new to the whole principle that after the race, we bring in the top 3 drivers for a quick little chat on their race. But we're going to try it. We're going to surprise him. Tom Revox, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Good evening, my friend. Welcome to the NoobGamerz.
Yeah, thanks.
2nd place. what are you giving that out of 10? Are you really buzzing with that, or do you feel like that extra place to the top was there for the taking?
I should have prepared a bit more the race because, for example, I didn't know where the pit limitation was for the mandatory stop, so I lost maybe 4 seconds trying to come at 50 kilometers per hour before the limits. But anyway, I felt like I didn't have fresh tires after the stop, and I struggled on the second part of the race. So Blomqvist was really faster than me, and he deserved the win. I think that the second place was a good result for me.
Yeah, we were talking actually. It did look like your tyres were definitely struggling a bit more than his at the end, and we noticed you pit quite a bit earlier than everyone else. What was the reason for that?
Because I was a bit on the traffic, and at mid race I said, okay, just let's stop and put the fuel and change tires and see what happens. Because I was already at the end of the first part with the Lexus going into the 2 minutes. And so I was like, no, I can't continue like this. I will lose too much time. And in fact, I never had the rhythm with the second tire set. I don't really know why. Maybe I was a bit tired too, but yeah, didn't manage it.
Makes sense. Now, obviously, we're learning about a lot of our drivers tonight, and a lot of people have joined the NoobGamerz Discord channel and getting involved in this ACC league for the first time. What were your sort of expectations going into the season as a whole? Were you expecting to be a sort of top 3 challenger, or has it been a bit of a surprise for you to be up there so consistently?
As I made like some casual with NoobGamerz, I was expecting to be in the top 5 because I won a race in Silverstone with NoobGamerz. So yeah, I was quite thinking about going to the top 5, but we'll see in the next tracks if I'm as successful as today.
Yeah, well, it was a great first race. We really enjoyed watching you, and yeah, we look forward to next week. Well done.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
So there we go. The thoughts live of Tom Revox, who grabbed himself a very solid second position after some excellent racing tonight. And it doesn't look like then, Jamie, I'm guessing, we've got the winner. He's joined us live in the Discord channel. Daniel Blomqvist will be joining. Oh, I nearly fell over. I've had a bit too much to drink in the NoobGamerz bar. But after 60 minutes of racing, the opening race to the opening ACC league, courtesy of the NoobGamerz, mark it down in your history box. Your winner, Daniel Blomqvist. Welcome to the studio.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
How was that for you?
A race. I really didn't think I was gonna win it actually, because when AJ put in the 156.6 in the qualifying, I was like, where did that came from? And then race pace, I actually forgot, but there was like no mandatory pit stop, so I was supposed to go the whole race with the full tank and everything. And then when we were starting, everyone said mandatory pit stop for tires. I was like, no, I pressed drive, full tank. I'm gonna be slow the first stint now. So yeah. Then next stint went a lot better. I got the pace back and had a really good fight with Revox there.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I think Jimmy, just apologising, I think he accidentally left the server on mandatory tyres, so it was a bit of a surprise for everyone. But yeah, a fantastic race. Like you said, Jar was unbelievable in qualifying, but had a couple of spins in the race, and it looked like, I mean, you only took the lead with a few laps to go actually, but it really seemed like you had much fresher tyres than Revox there, and like you said, with the fuel loads then balanced correctly, you had the pace on him. You must be delighted.
Yeah, man. It was a really fun race, actually. I'm really happy about the end of it.
Yeah, no, it's an excellent drive tonight. And of course, it's only race 1 tonight. 3 more to go. You're going to win the whole championship, right?
Monza isn't the favorite. But Spa is.
Got a good chance.
So we'll see about that, actually. Some really quick drives here, actually.
Yeah.
Both Revox, AJ is amazing, the qualifying. hope we can be consistent on the coming races. So it's going to be a good close fighting for about P1 to P4, P5, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you very much. I really enjoyed watching you tonight, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah, cheers, man. Cheers.
Great.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
So there we go. We're learning people on the track. We're learning people off the track. We've spoken to our top 3 drivers tonight. And, what lovely chaps, has to be said, Jamie. The first time we've spoken to 2 of them. But only one question still to answer. We've done the race. Now we're going to crown our driver of the day. It'll be over to Jamie as we head deep down and dirty into the NoobGamerz Disco. Let's go. Come on, people. Oh, look at them getting on behind me in the NoobGamerz Disco. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the darkness of the disco. People are getting crunk in behind me. We had a 60-minute epic race to kick off our first ever ACC League. And what a show it was tonight. Jamie, talk to me.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Sorry, I can't take my eyes off that pole.
It's great, isn't it? Yeah.
Can you try and do a little dance quickly for us?
I mean, I can try, but no, not tonight. Not tonight.
Is that like a season finale? Promise.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like teasing people. Make sure you're here for finale.
Yeah.
Maybe you get the cheerleader outfit in the poll. For anyone joining us for the first time tonight, of course, Ryan famously popped the cheerleader's outfit on for that little
Yeah,
episode.
why not?
Look forward to future bants like that. Yeah. Back to the racing anyway. It was a fantastic first event. Really excited to do this league, right? I mean, the game's great. The level of drivers that have joined, got it stuck in. Firstly, the amount of drivers, well over 40, and the quality level all through the field, just absolutely fantastic. Giving us endless battles, really interesting tactical edge to this game a bit more as well, with the strategies coming into play. Really enjoyed it, mate.
Good stuff. And of course, Jamie, we all want to know, who's the bloody driver of the day tonight?
Yeah, I mean, traditionally we don't like to give it to the winner, but obviously in this case, we don't really know many of the drivers at all. So we can't say we expected him to win easily, like that or anything. It was a fantastic drive, got the strategy bang on, overcame the surprise of the mandatory pit stop there, and ended up winning the race in great style. Of course, it's going to be Daniel Blomqvist.
So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Blomqvist is not only your winner of Race 1 Season 1, but he's also your driver of the day. So big props to him for his performance tonight. And that's it, I would say, for your Thursday night entertainment, because that's what I've been used to saying for the last 2 years. But Monday night is now complete. Your ACC League Race 1 is done. And we'll be back, Jamie, won't we? We're going to rear our ugly heads back again on Thursday night for the brand new season 20 of Project Cars 2. And we're hitting up the touring cars.
Oh, man. I mean, yeah. We thought this was exciting, right? Thursday's going to be just as exciting with the new touring car season. A lot of anticipation for that.
Yes, most definitely. So join us 8 p.m. Thursday night. Jamie, thank you for joining me here in the commentary box tonight.
Thank you, my friend. Have a lovely week.
I will. And everyone at home, really do appreciate everyone tuning in tonight, whether you chatted, followed, subscribed, or simply sat back and enjoyed the action, and what action it was. We appreciate you coming by and supporting us tonight. But we're off to go and have a word with the DJ, actually, because the music seems to have stopped. So I better go and, make sure he's set up for next week to keep that music rolling, because we're going to be partying until the deep, deep darkness of the night. Let's go, people. Have a great week.
Oh no!
Anyway, as the community. Ooh. Oh dear, it always turns to shambles. But our special talking to shambles, oh my days! It's handed up!
And that looks, I'm going to call this early doors, that looked like a takeout.
Oh no! Spoon! Oh no! Oh!
This ain't a ball, please.
Oh!
Wow! 123.9. Oh no, there's a late winner! He's that! Well, Spoon, you out of nowhere!
Six of that, they want him in video!
Oh, what a rubbish track rejoin that was! What a move! Is he going to make it stick though? Tough corner to make it stick on. Is he going to go around the outside? Unbelievable! Oh! Wow, wow, wow.
Fantastic move.